wherever you are in the world, and welcome back to another episode of From the Field to the Track. My name is Tiana, and as always, I am joined by my lovely co-host and best friend, Caity. Caity, how are you today?
I am so good. How are you, T?
I'm great, and you know what? Today we have an unfamiliar face of the podcast, and this is Monica. Monica is the winner of our kind of From the Field to the Track giveaway episode, where we talk to you, one of you guys, about your future career in motorsports and what you really want to do. So, Monica, how are you today?
I am feeling great. How are you two?
We're great.
Good,
We're
good.
living life.
Great.
But yeah. So, Monica, did you want to introduce, give us an elevator pitch on who you are? Nothing to do with your future dream career yet. Just who Monica is. Future dream career yet. Just who Monica is.
Great. So of course, my name is Monica. I've been an F1 fan since the start of the 2023 season. So early last year. I'm a second-year uni student, and I guess a fun fact: I can play the F1 intro on the flute. So,
That's such a fun
We
fact.
may need that later. Yeah. We may need that one later.
Yeah,
I don't have
live
my
demonstration.
flute
Oh.
on me, but another time.
We can't be sure if she can, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually I like that. How long have you been playing the flute for?
I think for about 5 years now.
Oh, wow.
So I used to play the clarinet, but I preferred the flute now, and I've stuck with it. Yeah.
You know what? That's such a cool skill to have. I wish I could play an instrument.
You get to play all your favorite songs, and now any F1 related songs, which is quite fun.
Yeah, and you can intersect your hobbies. That's something that I really like to do, is intersect all of my hobbies into one. So I feel like that would be a perfect way to do that. Anyways, moving on to kind of your careers in motorsport and everything like that. What is your dream motorsport career or your dream Formula One career?
I have two dream careers, because it's always good to keep an open mind. The first one is a data engineer, and data engineers, they use data if you see the aero rakes or any of the high-vis paint, they collect that data and use that to make sure the drivers and the race engineers can maximize their race strategy. And the second career is being a simulator engineer, which is pretty cool because you get to test out the cars on the sim before they actually head out onto track. And the reason why I picked those two is because they're data-based, which I love, but also they're kind of pieces of a puzzle, which when you connect them, you form a whole picture, and the picture being the car and the driver being maximized.
That's a really cool thing. That's a really cool way to think about it. Obviously, engineers, we all know, play a major role in Formula One, and I'm surrounded by two engineers right now, two future engineers right now, and I have so much respect for you guys and everything that you got to do, and everything that engineers do in Formula One, and I just think that without them, obviously, the sport would not be possible. But it's just it's so interesting to see from an outside, someone who doesn't understand engineering as much as you guys do. It's very interesting to see how it kind of all plays in together and how it's all, like you said, a part of a bigger puzzle, and I think that's really interesting.
Yeah. You go ahead, Caity.
No, you go.
Yeah. Because when you go onto TikTok, when you scroll on, you see a lot of girls wanting to go into the media side. Of course, there are a lot of amazing women in the world of F1 and motorsport, but we don't really get to see the young girls that are starting, especially in STEM. So placing a highlight on that is really amazing, and what I love.
Can I ask you just a question about that STEM thing?
Yeah.
Did you also cry when you watched the McLaren World Women in Engineering Day video?
Yes.
I did, yeah.
Yes. It brought me to tears, because you're seeing all these amazing women reaching their dreams and having that spotlight shown on them, and I love it.
Yeah, I completely get where you're coming from with saying you see so many young girls starting out, oh, this is going to be my gateway into doing media and F1, and it's like I don't want to do that, but yeah, no, I get where you're going from. It was like the first time that I'd actually seen, apart from like, you know, the big kind of like your Ruth Bushcombe's, your Bernie Collins, that those kind of people where like you know them as engineers. It was the first time I've actually seen them. Obviously, there's a lot less of them than there are men in the garages. So yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, you know what? I just, once again, I want to say massive, like, I think, like, what you guys said is absolutely perfect. Like, I don't think we place high emphasis, or rather, like, F1 TikTok, F1 community really places a high emphasis on women in STEM and on female people outside of kind of the media aspect, or your social media admins, or your social media persons, or your, like you said, your traditional, like, media aspects. However, because there's always been that stereotype that it's a man's job, and because if you look at kind of majority of the garages, majority of the pit crew, majority of the people in the garages are men, and I just can't wait for us to change that narrative, and for people to change that narrative, and for it to, what, in 10 years from now, look completely different to the way it is today, and like we will have, like, inevitably we will have more and more females working in Formula One. And I think it's an amazing thing as well with some of the teams as well. They do a lot of like, I think it's McLaren, I'm pretty sure they do like a females engineering program as well, which is quite cool, and I love that. So we love the inclusivity. That's the word I was looking for.
I wish I had it in Australia. That'd be amazing.
That's the next problem. We need to like get the inclusivity of females, but then get the inclusivity of females across the world, not just in the UK, not just in America, not in Europe, but branching out.
Gorgeous. I know you've kind of touched on this before we got recording, but you are obviously an engineering student.
Yep.
And I want to know, was it the chicken or the egg in terms of, did you start engineering and then realize you wanted to go into F1, or did you like F1 and then decide to do engineering?
It was the second one. So I liked F1, but I always gravitated towards math. I'm not the strongest in math, to be honest, but I always gravitated towards the concepts in math, physics. But if I had to answer that, it was definitely F1 that really ignited that passion and made me go into engineering.
And did you kind of have a light bulb moment where you were like, I want to do engineering, and then like, or how did you come to that decision that it was kind of the thing for you?
I honestly did a lot of research, of course. Like, when I got into F1, whenever the commentators talk about a certain role, I would always question it. So I did research and then learned more about the role of a data engineer and the role of a simulator engineer. So yeah, that kind of sparked my interest.
I like that. I think we all had like a light bulb moment. I know Caity obviously wanted to be an engineer before. She was the opposite. She was wanting to be an engineer before she watched Formula One. So I like it. Once again, I think it's really interesting to know the way that people kind of came to the realization of what they want to do, because it's always so amazing, because then you have this idea in your mind of what you want to do, and it's like, I will do whatever it takes. I will do whatever I want, like whatever I need to do to get to that goal. And kind of following on that, what kind of steps have you put in, like what kind of things are you following? Like what are you studying in uni and stuff like that to help you to gain your dream career in Formula One or motorsports?
So yeah, of course, I'm a uni student doing science and engineering, and hopefully specializing into mechanical engineering, which is, of course, a popular specialization for people that do go into motorsport. But also I've applied to volunteer at the next year's AusGP, and also virtual internships, applying to real life internships, anything that I can get my foot in the door in, because even if you're a first year student or a fourth year student, any experience is experience. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and I think especially with something that I've learned about the sports industry in general, or something like just like breaking into the sports industry, it's so hard no matter what sport you're trying to break into, whether that be Formula One, whether that be motorsports, or whether that be another form of sports. It's just so difficult, incredibly difficult. So any opportunity that you can, and like majority of times people who are like looking to hire people just want experience. They want the most experienced person they can hire to be hired, and I feel like what you're doing is absolutely amazing, and I hope I will see you working at the AusGP next year, and if I do see you, I will come up to you and I'll be like, oh my god, I know you.
And especially during next year where we're going to see Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari at the first race of the calendar.
So many, like, I'm so excited for next year's AusGP. I'm a little bit stressed to get tickets, but like, trust and believe, I'm so excited because it's going to be Lewis Hamilton's first race in Ferrari, Ollie Behrman's first race on the grid, so many other people's first races on the grid, and like, the AusGP for 2024 or 2025 looks so exciting, and I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, Caity, did you want to ask the next question?
Yeah, sure. Well, before, I'll just share a little fun fact that I have about Haas, because you just brought up Ollie Behrman and Haas. Speaking of new recruits to Haas, there has just been I go to University of Canterbury, if people don't know. There's just been a University of Canterbury engineering graduate who has just got a position at Haas. So I think that is super, super cool. So if you're watching this, congratulations. Otherwise, I just hope you guys know that, it's definitely possible. So hopefully I can do that one day too. Anyway, but I know we talked about kind of how it's hard to have people to look up to who are kind of in similar roles, but do you have somebody who you know of that you look up to who maybe has a job in F1 or maybe just in another motorsport position that you like dream of being like, you're like, yeah, that's the job for me?
Honestly, there are not a lot of people who I look up to, and it's not in a bad way. I guess I'm really into the sport, but I guess one main person that I do look up to is Hannah Schmitz. It might be cliche, but Hannah Schmitz, she's the poster woman for engineering in F1. Yes, she's a race engineer, a strategist, but she started her tenure at Red Bull being a modeling and simulation engineer. So she's worked her way up, and that's what I love about it. And of course, there are so many other women in engineering, but yeah, that's the main person that I look up to, and especially because she's part of the Red Bull team, my favorite team. So she's the number one for me. Yeah.
Would they be your dream team to work for?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I guess any team, or especially aside from F1, I guess supercars is a category of motorsport which I'd love to work in as well. But yeah.
I think even like going on the whole experience thing, to get motorsports experience in supercars is actually something that is so, like, especially for people who live in Australia, and that's really unattainable for us to like go across the world to work and things like that. Like, even doing experience in supercars, like, I'm pretty sure someone DM'd me once and was like if you ever want like experience working motorsports, whether that be in any kind of form of motorsports, always just ask always find the emails of supercar teams and like supercars in general, and they can help you out, because majority of times it's like a lot of people won't say no, or if they do, there's probably like a good reason behind it, but a lot of them just don't say no just cause. So if you are looking for like engineering or like experience in that, maybe it won't be a bad idea to like shoot someone off an email and be like, hey, like, I'm a first year engineering student, like, this is what I want to do, is there any way that I could get some experience like just in your garage and stuff like that. And you like something that we have to like, something that's so like ingrained in my memory is you like miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So if you really want to pursue something and you really want to do something, the worst thing that they can say is no. And if not, it's all a learning experience, and you learn and things happen. So if you ever want experience, supercars it is. And and like you said, Hannah Schmitz, queen. Like, genuinely, I love her, and I'm not even an engineering student.
I feel like Hannah Schmidt is the Lissy McIntosh of the engineering girls.
Yeah.
Like, that is such a comparison, but it's so fair.
Absolutely.
She is who we want to be. Yeah, slightly, just she's everyone. I feel like her, Bernie Collins, Ruth Bushcombe, just all the people that I guess they're the ones that get the screen time, and that actually shows how important that is, how important it is to tell the stories, to show the people on your screen of the women who are behind. I mean, there's probably thousands of women behind those incredibly fast cars, but it's just really important to hear the stories, and I think we as like young women are a testament to that. Like, we see that it's possible because of those women, and I think they probably don't realize how important they are, but they are.
And I think a huge thing as well is with the representation, especially like you said, for females in STEM, in Formula One and in motorsports in general, it's like it's a very new thing. It's a very new concept. It's not really like something that has been in Formula One for a very long time. And I think a big part of this is wanting to get more women into sport, but also you can't aspire to be something that you can't see. You know what I mean? Like you can't hold this dream of wanting to be like, you can't hold like someone inspirational without there being anyone inspirational to show. And I feel like F1 are doing like everything they can to show that there are amazing women behind these teams and behind these successful teams. Because think about Hannah, like she's just a part of the back-to-back world drivers champion. Like she is behind the strategy that has provided Max Verstappen with 3 drivers championships and Red Bull with 2 constructors championships. And like sometimes, yes, like strategists make mistakes. They're not like perfect, but neither is anyone. Like everyone in Formula One makes mistakes. It's just gonna happen. We're all human. We all make mistakes. And I just think it's really, really exciting. Like I said, it's a really exciting prospect to look forward to. We're gonna see so many more amazing females. Like I said, 2 future engineers sitting on the podcast with me right now. So I'm like excited. I'm so excited. But Caity, I think you have a really and speaking of exciting, I think you have an exciting segment that you wanted to talk about now.
Okay, is everybody ready for this week's quiz? I think we're gonna make it a thing now. Like every week, I'll just do a quiz. I'm gonna try and make it like themed towards what we're talking about. So this week is a hybrid between engineering and F1. It's not like super technical. It's just like hopefully some fun facts that you guys will know, and then secondly, a little bit about
the velocity of.
Yeah, it's gonna be that. It's gonna
because I'm just gonna sit here like, what do I do? I literally, Caity.
We're gonna be doing a few force calculations. We're just gonna be doing some equilibrium. Yeah, no.
The problem was Caity messaged me.
I'm actually not going to be a mechanical engineer, so that's not really my expertise. I'm going to be a software engineer, so hopefully.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
I mean, there's space for everybody.
And was like, oh, Tiana, like what quiz should I do? An engineering quiz or a Hungarian Grand Prix quiz? And I was like, either way, I'm going to lose. Either way, I'm just like, it's going to be embarrassing for me. So you do whichever you want. Yeah,
exactly. Do you guys have like a piece of paper that you can hold up with the answers? It's like an ABCD kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be fine. Perf. Okay. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
No.
Okay. How many pedals does an F1 car have? Is it A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, or D, 4? I would like to preface that Tiana doesn't even have a driver's license.
I actually need to preface this by saying before the podcast episode, I went driving to get my license. Okay. So
that's something.
We're getting there. Like we're getting there.
She's starting towards that. Just let me know when you guys have both got an answer locked in.
I'm ready.
All right.
Okay. Yep. Show them at the same time. I can't read. C or B? So Monica's right.
Yes.
They have. So usually a race car will have a clutch as well. But that's on their steering wheel.
C3.
Yeah. I think.
Oh no! Yeah. You're lying. I thought the clutch was on the floor. I thought it was so smart.
Actually, in some cars they do. I think they do have the clutch on the floor.
Yeah, see, in my dad's car, the clutch is on the floor. That's why I thought that was like, I'm so smart.
The thing is, an F1 car. That was the question.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know why. Like, even, like, they have the pedal cams as well, and there's only 2. Okay, well, now I'm just thinking about it. Okay, anyways, move on to the next question.
Okay. Number 2. This might be, like, this is, like, just a stab in the dark question. This isn't, like, a technical knowledge question, so Tiana might be a little bit better here. Roughly, how long is an F1 car?
How long?
Is it A, 2.3 meters? B, 4.7 meters, C, 5.6 meters, or D, 6.9 meters?
5 meters seems, but 2 meters seems, okay, 2 meters seems too short. 4 meters
Okay, can we not be discussing out?
Okay.
Wait, did you say 5 meters seems right?
No, I'm like saying 4 meters.
What was C again? Sorry.
So, okay, so A was 2.3, B was 4.7, C 5.6, and D 6.9.
Okay.
Tiana, have you been to a Grand Prix before, Monica?
I have, yes. I went.
Okay, so you guys have actually seen them in the flesh before.
In my defense, I'm not getting a ruler out and measuring cars as they're going past, okay?
Well, you could. A real engineer would.
No.
Okay. Is everybody got an answer locked in?
Yeah, I've got
kind
one.
of. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead. Show me. What have you got?
A.
You've gone for A.
I've gone for C.
Gianna's gone for C. C is correct. 5.6 meters.
See, guys, I actually did get a rule out. I lied to you all.
I feel like it'd be too long.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
5.6
Like, I was like,
So they used to be like something like they were only like 3 meters long or something like 3.5, and they've really gotten bigger. But that's been over the past like 40 years. They used to be about the size of an F3 car, and now they're the size obviously of an F1 car.
wow.
Great.
Well, that's insane.
Just a
I
little-
actually
I've
just
got a
thought that
fun
6.
fact.
I thought 6 meters was too long, and I thought maybe 2 meters was too short. Because I'm like, if people can be 2 meters, an F1 car can't be 2 meters. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know they're base.
True.
Oh, I feel like this might be a question later. Okay, no, it's not. They're basically lying down in the car.
Yeah, it's like they're like.
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
like-
no, I
they're
don't
like-
think that's what they're doing.
They're like,
because they're
hold on,
holding the
like,
steering
they're like,
wheel.
They're like this. Like, okay, you can't see my
Yeah,
legs,
they are.
my
They're
legs
very
Yeah.
low. Okay,
Anyways.
this is I don't know if I've kind of worded this right, but if you need clarification, I'm happy to give clarification.
Okay, please. do.
Compared to astronauts, what G-force are the drivers experiencing? Are they experiencing A, a quarter of the G-force of an astronaut, B, a third of the G-force of an astronaut, C, half the G-force of an astronaut, or D, double the G-force of an astronaut?
Oh, that's so dumb. That's so.
Ooh.
I feel like Monica knows this. You looked confident there.
I feel like I've seen a
She
video
did.
somewhere.
She did look confident.
I'm in no way confident, but I'm gonna go
You're
left
better.
field.
You're more confident than I. I'm just like trying to figure out which.
It's the
Okay.
face. Yeah.
Okay, the poker face.
Yeah.
Don't really have a really good. Okay.
Okay, tell me, are we locked in, ladies?
Yes.
Yep.
Go for it.
Okay. At least we chose the right answer.
Yeah, you both got it right. Good work.
Yeah.
Snaps to
Okay.
us.
Which engineering fact is true? All F1 cars have the same steering wheel. The brakes of an F1 car can heat up to 1,000 degrees. They can do 0 to 100 to 0 again in just over 5 seconds. Or all of the above.
Okay.
Do you guys need them again?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Do you need?
So
that
it's
answer?
which one is true or which one is false?
Yeah, which one is true?
Okay.
So it's either they have the same steering wheel, the brakes can heat up to 1,000, or they can do 0 to 100 back to 0 again in just over 5 seconds.
Okay.
Or it's all of the above.
Right.
Okay, go ahead. Show me what you've got. See? Wow! You actually both got it wrong. So,
Oh.
it's actually the brakes can heat up to 1,000. I don't know why I said, oh my god, yay! Because you both got it wrong, you losers.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
okay. So they can heat up to 1,000 degrees. They can do 0 to 100 to 0 in just under 5 seconds.
Okay.
Not over.
I knew it couldn't be the all of the above because they all don't have the same steering wheel.
Yeah.
Because I remember when Williams didn't have the dash.
So they all have the same like digital display on them. It's just like the set of like buttons. I'm pretty sure. Okay, finish the sentence. I feel like Tiana has a little bit of a advantage here because I say this all the time.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Finish the sentence. F1 cars create enough downforce to drive on top of.
You say this all the time.
I say it. This is a hint. I say it once a year.
Oh, okay. Do you have like answers for us, or do we just have to?
Yeah, I mean you can. I mean, there's multiple right answers here, but like, don't be like the top of a building because, like, obviously, like, but like it's something
say it
that's
again.
quite cool. Okay, finish the sentence. F1 cars create enough downforce to drive on top of what?
Drive on top of what? And you say it once a year.
I say it once a year.
My first instinct was Christmas tree, but that doesn't really make sense. Santa's sleigh.
Can I have 2 answers?
Yep,
Or
yep,
is
yep,
that-
yep, yep.
Cool.
I have no answers. Do you have like a preset answer, like an A, B, C, D?
No, Tiana, where would they drive on top of if they had downforce? Okay, she doesn't actually understand physics. That might not happen. Okay, Tiana, just guess something that might.
Okay, I'm also gonna have two options.
She's for a Christmas tree, I bet you.
Downforce.
I feel like it's gonna muck her up more.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, go. Show me what you might have to read them out to me. I won't be able to read them. Okay. Oh.
Mine said the moon too.
The moon, Mount Everest. What's wrong?
Mine said the ocean or the moon.
Drive on top of the ocean.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, it's actually the Monaco Tunnel, and I feel like I say this every single year. It's my favorite fun fact. I always say that. I literally made a TikTok that was like.
Actually, yeah.
You didn't know that?
I feel like I've heard it somewhere as well. Well, because.
Drive on the roof of the Monaco Tunnel.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I was really confused. I was like, they can drive on top of the Monaco. Yeah, I was like, they can drive on top of the like you can drive on top of the tunnel. Like nothing is stopping them from driving there without even downforce. Okay,
wait, do you mean upside down?
I mean, like upside down, they could, but they physically physically the cars could, the drivers couldn't. They'd black out.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably not the smartest thing.
No,
but I reckon I could try.
Drivers.
I was going to try to convince some of the F3 drivers that we know to do it, but they weren't keen for some reason.
They weren't keen to drive upside down.
Okay, I have one more fun engineering fact that's not a question. Do you guys know? I feel like this isn't interesting for Tiana, but have you done like any form of like traditional technical drawing in your degree yet?
I have.
No, not yet.
Okay, well, like there's like classic, like the classic technical drawings that aren't on a computer. Like CAD's really normal, but like technical drawings, like with like a pencil and a ruler and like compass
I know
and
where
shit.
this fun fact is
and
going.
Adrian Newey still uses that because he says that he doesn't want to learn how to do CAD. I think that's really cool. Anyway, right, that's the 5 on engineering.
I once told Caity that she's gonna be the Adrian Newey of
software engineering. Yeah, I was going to be a software engineer with pen and paper.
Watch out, everybody.
I told her that she was going to be the software engineer using paper and pen. Don't know how that's going to work because the entirety of her job is
I think
computer.
You'd have a long line of code just to the floor.
Yeah, just to the floor. That's it. That's just the way it is going to be. Okay, well, still... Okay.
Which driver got his maiden win at the Hungary Grand Prix?
Okay.
Was it A?
Okay. I know this stuff now.
Jenson Button, B. Esteban Ocon, or C. Fernando Alonso, or D. all of the above? I feel like Tiana knows this. I feel like Tiana's like write-ups about the races.
Okay, are you ready, Monica?
I think I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay, show me. B and D. Tiana got it right. All three of them did. That's okay.
Because as soon as you said Jenson Button, I was like, okay, I know it's Jenson Button. Then you said Esteban Ocon, and I was like, well, it has to be both of them.
Oh, I'm hoping you don't know the island fun fact that I have later. Okay, which driver has the most wins there? Was it A. Lewis, B. Fernando, C. Michael, or D. Max Verstappen? I feel like I should have done their last names. Do you guys know all of those people?
Yeah.
Good. I feel like they're iconic enough that you know their... Jot them again.
Yes.
A. Lewis, B. Fernando, C. Michael, or D. Max?
I actually have a fun fact about this.
Okay, I feel like you might not want to share it because I might have it later.
Okay.
Okay, show me. B. Fernando or A? A is right. Lewis Hamilton has 8 wins.
So he
can
actually become the driver, the first ever driver in F1 history to have the most amount of race wins around 2 circuits, with 9 wins around Silverstone, and he can go back to back even with this weekend because obviously he won in Silverstone 9 times, and now if he wins in Hungary, he can win 9 times and be the first driver ever to do that. So I think that's pretty
amazing.
Cool. Yeah. And that's my fun fact.
Beautiful. Which constructor has the most wins? Is it A. Mercedes, B. McLaren? Do you know this too? Okay, B. McLaren, C. Red Bull, or D. Ferrari? Think about it. Lewis has the most amount of wins. What would that suggest?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. That's correct.
Okay. Are you ready?
Okay, show me.
I went with the obvious.
Have you put B?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
put B.
Okay. It's B McLaren. They have 11 wins, which is weird, but yeah, obviously had a few.
It's
Had one with
actually insane
Lewis.
to me that McLaren have so many wins.
Yeah.
Had one with Lewis. Or 2 with Lewis.
And Jensen.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 with
Yeah,
Lewis,
Jensen.
and then obviously Jensen's win.
Yeah.
So McLaren are really, and dare I say 12 wins. Dare I say 12 wins this weekend? My king, Oscar Piastri.
Yeah.
Oscar
Okay.
Piastri.
Yeah.
He's got to win.
Number 9.
Okay.
How many Grand Slams have been achieved at Hungary? So Grand Slams don't sometimes. Okay, so a Grand Slam is just when they get when they lead every lap of the race. I'm pretty sure.
I think when they get pole.
Oh, sorry, I heard none of
And
you.
I think it's pole, but it's
Yeah.
but it's not. I don't think it's an FP1 win or
No,
FP2
it's-
and FP3
it's
win.
just
It's just
pole.
pole and then lead every lap of the race.
It's pole lead
So
every
Grand
lap of the
Slam.
race and then get the fastest lap.
Is it A1, 2, B2, C3, or D4?
Okay. I just don't
It's
know,
quite
like,
historic. It's quite a historic track, eh? Like it's been there for ages.
Hungaroring? I really want to go to Hungaroring. It's actually the cheapest Grand Prix to attend. Fun fact.
It is.
Oh.
And the reason for that is coming up later. Okay. Go ahead, tell me.
I put B, 2.
But C.
See, okay. Tiana's right. You're smashing this
Wow.
part.
I
Okay,
actually
it's Michael
didn't know
Schumacher
that.
and Damon Hill.
Oh,
Oh, that's great.
that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one of these is true? The Hungary GP is one of the 2 races to be held behind the Iron Curtain.
What's
B.
the Iron Curtain? Did you just, like...
Wait, hold on.
freeze?
I've
What's-
fucked up this question. I've messed up this question. Okay, which one is not true? Sorry. Is it A?
Alright.
No.
She's,
Okay,
like,
no.
pondering.
Sorry, I have written the question right. Which one of these is true?
Yeah.
One of the 2. It's one of the 2 races to be held behind the Iron Curtain. I'm pretty sure it's just like it's like a political thing.
Okay.
It's something to do with like a
That's-
civil war. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for that. Thank you for that in-depth
problem.
analysis.
B. Jensen Button won from 14th. It was the fastest track to be built, or it's the longest track to like singularly keep going.
Oh. Okay.
And which one is true, yes?
Which one is true? Yeah,
All
sorry.
Oh, man. Okay. I'm pondering. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, show me your answers. D or A? D is correct. It is the only race to be held behind the Iron Curtain. Jensen Button won from 15th, and it was one of the fastest tracks to be built.
So which one was false was what you were asking, right?
Oh, okay.
No, which one was true?
So you said that all of them were true except for
No,
D.
because it's one of the 2 races to be held behind the Iron Curtain. It was the only one to be
Okay.
held behind the Iron Curtain. Jensen Button didn't win from 14th, he won from 15th, and it was one of the fastest tracks to be built. But it is indeed the longest track that have like singularly just kept going, where we haven't moved
insane.
circuits. Yeah,
That's insane.
we obviously went there during
Great.
COVID. A lot of them were messed up by COVID.
During COVID, yeah.
Yeah. And that brings us to the end of this quiz. I don't know who won, but we'll find out later. And speaking of Hungary, we are definitely there. The rumor is we're going there this weekend. Well, I mean, the drivers are already there now. It's obviously Wednesday.
Are we going there?
We're going
Oh,
there.
that's
Yeah.
great.
Things that have happened already. Leo's met Roscoe. That was big.
That was in Silverstone, I think, and they were just gatekeeping the photos.
Okay, I'm
Oh.
sorry. Whatever.
But
So
still
that was a
great
big thing
to
that
see.
happened. Other things, yeah. Obviously, we're going to have all 3 support series. Two support
Three.
series.
3.
Oh, 3? F1 Academy's there.
No, Oh, sorry, 2. I thought you meant
Yeah,
like
2 support
3.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we want to just start with Monica. What is your podium prediction? Now you can either go what you actually think or what you hope. we do a little bit of both.
All right. This is kind of based off of last year's as well. I'm hoping for a Max win.
Good.
Red Bull fans sticking by Max, but also double McLaren podium. They've been on a great run of form, especially Lando. I expect him to be on the podium, and hopefully not. Yeah, and hopefully not break the trophy like last year.
I forgot that.
Oh, what a moment! I can't believe that actually happened.
Yeah. Amazing. But yeah, definitely McLaren double podium and Max win. Yeah.
Tiana?
I love that. My podium, if I do anything on this podcast that is serious, you know that something is seriously wrong with me. So, the podium that I am going to do, the podium that I'm going to say is Oscar Piastri P1. I feel like it's going to have, we're going to have some twists and turns. We're going to have an unexpected podium sitter. I feel like that unexpected podium sitter is going to be none other than, let's just, I once put Yuki Tsunoda on the podium, so anything is really possible in my mind. Maybe let's put a rogue Alpine on the podium. I feel like Alpine have had good luck at the circuit, so maybe one of the Alpines will be on P3 and Lewis Hamilton P2. But my realistic podium is Oscar Piastri P1, Max Verstappen P2, Lando Norris P3. So we got to be realistic sometimes. But Caity, what is your predicted grid?
I think Max Verstappen wins, then Lando, then maybe Lewis.
Ooh, that would be such a good pod. I love that combination of.
I mean, that was the
Silverstone podium just rearranged. I like that. I think those are solid podiums, and realistically, except for the Alpine one, everything could pretty much come true. So we also kind of went with the same kind of drivers. So
yeah.
And also, can we just talk about the fact that F1 is getting more and more interesting, and the fact that we've had 6 different race winners in 12 races.
So cool.
2023 us would have not believed.
No.
Even us at the start of the year, when Max Verstappen finished 25 seconds in front of Sergio Perez, and there was back-to-back Red Bull 1-2s, and everyone just thought for the rest of the season we were going to have Red Bull 1-2s, and then we went to Australia, and it was that's not going to happen.
That was very. We went to Australia, and it was that's so funny.
Yeah,
It was insane.
That was actually the most unscripted thing ever. That was the best thing of my life. Before we get on to everyone's favorite part of the episode, which is Caity's other segment that she holds very near and dear to her heart, we want Monica to give kind of an elevator pitch to people who may be looking for females to get involved in STEM, or rather to hire you for experience, and why they should consider you or other females in STEM for engineering. So take it away. Now is your moment.
Great, thank you. I can't speak for every girl or every guy, but all I can say is I'm flexible. I have my resume printed out, but I'm a lifelong learner, and in this journey, or whether you're in STEM, marketing, PR, whatever, to be open, to be a learner, and to be open to new ideas, experiences, and also in the face of challenge, to be able to pivot, because there's no straight road. To be able to pivot is a great thing, and a great thing that I do, and I hope a great thing that other people do. But to any people employing girls that want to go into engineering, or guys that want to go into engineering, we're all in the same boat. We all struggle, we all succeed, but yeah.
That was amazing. I think you've summed it up perfectly. I feel like at the end of the day, it's just about learning, and it's just about getting experience, and you can't get experience unless someone just takes a shot and takes a chance on you. So we have fingers crossed and toes crossed that you will be seeing Monica in that F1 paddock very, very soon. And obviously she is absolutely amazing and killing it in uni, killing it really just in general. So we are so excited, and we're so grateful for you to be on the podcast. But before we get to our final farewells and all of that kind of stuff, we have one more segment of the podcast, which is Caity and my favorite part of the From the Field to the Track. And it's also your guys' favorite part of From the Field to the Track. Caity, it's time for the drive of your life.
the drive of your life. Monica, are you familiar with this segment?
Yes.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
In case you guys at home are not, this is Drive of Your Life, where I ask you guys a question about a drive that you might take in your life with usually an F1 driver. Today's question is a little bit different. They've been a little bit different recently, but that's okay. Which F1 driver, past or present, would you like to be the engineer for? So that could be any type. You could be any type of engineer that you want to be. I'm personally thinking about the type where they're like, you know, like your Bonos and your GPs and stuff like that. I think that would be the best, like the job where you'd be like closest with the driver. We'll start with Monica, then T, and then me.
Okay. This is a hard question because there's so many great drivers. I guess I'd say Senna. He's is an amazing driver, and I feel like he'd give really great feedback on the car, especially on the track. I don't know.
I would love to talk to Ayrton Senna. Like,
yes.
There'd be plenty of people in your boat, Tiana.
Yeah, I think there would be too. As Monica mentioned. Okay, this is hard. But as I'd always do in this segment, I choose someone rogue, and that is, I'm going to choose Jenson Button, purely because I can tell Jenson Button, press the DRS button. Did you know that Jenson Button was the first button to press the DRS button?
Yes.
That's a really long middle name.
Did they name it after him?
Yeah, they actually
DRS Button.
Oh my god, but did you guys know that Jenson Button actually has a tattoo of a button? It was like 2 weeks ago I found this out. Like, it's like a little button and it's like on his arm here, and I was like, there's no way this man has just committed to the memes. He's like got a button on his arm. So yeah, I would want to do Jenson Button purely for the memes. But Katie, who would you choose?
I think going along Monica's lines of like cool drivers that would give you good feedback and like just be like, because I feel like some of the drivers are so mean on the radio. I would do Yuki Tsunoda's.
Cough, cough, Lance Stroll.
Yeah.
Confirm button is the okay button, Brad.
I think I would go Sebastian Vettel. Like, it would be just amazing to be like, he's just an amazing guy. To be close with him would be insane. Like the things that he would teach you in general, and also just like a super lovely guy. Lots of feedback on the car from him. I mean, supposedly he's the reason why Aston Martin got good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
rumoredly.
I guess that's the end from me. Thank you so much for joining us, Monica.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for having me as always, Tiana. We love you, but I love you all. But we'll just switch back to Tiana to say goodbye.
Yes. So thank you, Monica, for joining us on this very special episode of From the Field to the Track. We are so grateful and so thankful for you to come onto the podcast and talk about your journey to wanting to become an engineer, and also talking about how the representation in Formula One, especially for females in STEM and women in science and everything like that, is so important, and why it is so important, because like you said, there is such a saturated market of, not that this is a bad thing, but there's such a saturated market of women wanting to be like myself and being in Formula One in the media aspect and stuff like that, and that is absolutely amazing. However, we see less women wanting to kind of venture into that engineering or that science space of Formula One, which is absolutely amazing, and I applaud both of you for doing that, because genuinely it's amazing, and I never understand what you guys do, but it always seems so cool to me. So I'm so grateful for you both being here, especially just with everything. So I'm very grateful for you guys. Monica, did you want to say anything before we kind of close off the podcast?
I just wanted to thank you too, because having the courage and having the big step of creating a podcast and sharing your passion, not only to your friends, but to everyone on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. You guys are courageous, and you guys are people that a lot of, not just girls, guys, everyone in the motorsport space should look up to. So thank you, Tiana. Thank you, Katie.
That's actually like, that's made me so sad, and like, I love you so much for that. But yes, thank you so much. We are so grateful for every single person that is on the podcast and every single person that watches the podcast. So make sure you like and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with From the Field to the Track. We love you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.